And sure, this tax levy would help the Mental Health and Recovery Board, but it's also going to help Coleman Health Services, as it says, with multiple signs in their yard. I'm currently starting my cookie hunt at Hippie Fox Rocks, marking it off on my checklist and grabbing a cookie while I'm at it. Some would think it's difficult for head coaches to translate their teachings from the football field to the classroom, but that's not so. Well, the football season is winding down, but it is never too early to get started on the next season. I took a deep dive into how head coaches are handling this offseason and what they are doing to prepare for the next year. I'm Dom O'Brien, and let's talk about a quick update surrounding the MAC.
You never know when you're going to have a crisis. You never know who's going to need our services.
While Issue 1 and Issue 2 are major discussions being chosen on this year's ballot, there are plenty of other issues that may affect where your tax dollars go. One of these tax levies affects the Mental Health and Recovery Board.
69% of our budget comes from local levy dollars. So we take the funds and we use those to fund the different services.
Some of these services include counseling, psychiatry, medication-assisted treatment, suicide prevention education, and much more. And sure, this tax levy would help the Mental Health and Recovery Board, but it's also going to help Coleman Health Services, as it says, with multiple signs in their yard.
The reason that we are supportive of it is because we do get funding from the Mental Health Board in order to provide services for the clients that we have in our community.
As of July of 2022, 26% of Coleman Health's revenue comes directly from mental health and recovery boards. That is nearly $15 million. This issue will not only strengthen families, but build safer communities.
It really is incredibly important because our behavioral health issues are just becoming more and more rampant.
For TV2 News, I'm Dom O'Brien. Weekend means another fun event for Main Street Kent. Portage County residents lined up outside the Kent stage Sunday morning in preparation for the second annual Cookie Walk to kick off the holidays in Kent.
This is an event where downtown businesses create or purchase baked cookies from bakeries to hand out to participants. So people will buy a tin and then they walk around to 23 different businesses to collect their holiday cookie.
The businesses involved with the event are as close as Red Letter Days and as far as Northwater Brewing Company. I'm currently starting my cookie hunt at Hippie Fox Rocks, marking it off on my checklist and grabbing a cookie while I'm at it.
This is a great fundraiser for us. It supports Main Street Kent, and then we donate a couple $1,000. I think we're doing $2,000 this year to Kent Social Services. And then the businesses will, while they donate the cookies, they have that extra business today that helps kind of offset that.
Get your picture, Kent, Ohio Arts, please.
This was also a great way to learn about new businesses that some residents have never heard of.
I think it just brings us out and gets people seeing, like there's a couple of stores I wasn't even aware of. So now for Christmas shopping, I know there's some other places where we can go to shop.
It turns out that this sweet treat retreat has supplied a hefty helping of cookies for dessert.
We can't wait to eat these cookies. and go to Ray's and finish up.
For TV2 News, I'm Dom O'Brien. With the holidays coming up, residents are likely looking for gifts to give their loved ones this season. Well, the Record Courier might have you covered. They made a list of 10 off-the-beaten-path businesses who welcome customers who are looking for that perfect gift. Some businesses include the Northside Marketplace, Sir Troy's Toy Kingdom, Rooted Oaks, and several more. You can find the rest on recordcourier.com. The National Weather Service issued a lake effect snow warning and winter weather advisory for several counties in northeast Ohio. These counties are expected to see somewhere between 2 to 4 inches of snow in between Monday evening and Wednesday morning. Blustery winds are also going to be a huge part of this storm system, so be sure you are bundled up when you head out the door Tuesday morning. The Paris Township Fire Department is presenting Breakfast with Buddy at the fire department from 8 to 11 a.m. on December 9th. The event will include Buddy the Elf, along with photos with Santa, gifts from Santa, and letters to Santa. Breakfast includes biscuits and gravy or pancakes with bacon or sausage, and many special desserts. The cost is $10 and $8 for children under 10 years old. And after facing a possibly challenging year for farming in Ohio, farmers are learning their efforts have mostly paid off. According to a crop progress report published by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Ohio's corn harvest was 85% complete, and the soybean harvest was 95% complete. Director of Marketing and Communications Marlene Ike says, quote, Ohio is expected to have a new record corn yield at 195 bushels per acre, end quote. I'm Dom O'Brien, and let's talk about a quick update surrounding the MAC. As now the Mid-American Conference in college football is going to switch from division matchups to pod matchups. Now, if you don't necessarily know what that means, we have a graphic over here to show you what these pods will look like for the foreseeable future. Rather than having an East versus West matchup for the MAC championship, the pod setup makes sure that the two best teams in the conference will face each other in the final. The teams in each pod listed here will play each other once a year. For example, Kent State will play Akron and Buffalo annually. When it comes to every other team in the conference, Kent State would play all of them at least once every 3 years. Like the Big Ten Conference, this ensures certain rivalries will be protected, like the wagon wheel game. We're going to kick it off to the NBA season, the start of NBA basketball. The Cleveland Cavaliers facing the Brooklyn Nets. As Donovan Mitchell going to take this one 3/4 of the way down the court, laying it up and in for a score. He had a night with 27 points on the day, but he's not the only one that had 27 points on the day. Max Strus, the newest acquisition for the Cleveland Cavaliers, was able to get that number as well. Now here, this is a pivotal moment. Donovan Mitchell stealing it away and laying it up and in for a tie ball game, 111-111. 17 seconds now remaining. Mitchell looking. Mitchell, three-pointer, got it. That will lead by 114-113, and the defense will stay strong to keep it at 114-113 for the final score.